Morning, Dom. How are you?
Morning, Matt. You all right? Yeah, all good.
Yeah, good.
All good. Thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good.
Good
Um,
stuff.
7 games to go. How excited are you in the squad about what may lay ahead over the next 7 games?
Yeah, very excited. It's the business end of the season that all the games up to now have led to us being in this position, and we're putting in the work Monday to Friday to make sure that we give ourselves the best possible chance. So, yeah, I'm excited. The team's excited. The staff are excited. It's just one of them where we're looking to take on the challenge.
Because this is what you get into football for, isn't it? To play at the end of the season, to fight for promotions and playoffs and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't matter what standard you play, whether it's in the Premier League or down with your mates. You want to win, don't you? And that's why we do it. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've got a tough run in. There's no easy game now, and like this league shown over the last few months, anyone can beat anyone. So, we're putting the work in, and yeah, looking forward to each game.
I think there's a bit more pressure on you guys than when we play five-a-side, though. I think.
Yeah, probably, but we train for it, so we're probably a bit more used to it as well.
I asked the manager this question, but when there's so much at stake and it's as tight as it is, how do you shut out the background noise and everything like that, and all the pressure and everything, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Really, I've never actually thought about what I do, but sometimes it's good to take that pressure on your shoulders, and any negative outside noise, I shut that off. But I don't know, I just feed off the energy of it, and it's one of them where it's a high pressure environment, but I've got a saying where pressure's for tires. So we just look forward to it and use it in a positive way. And yeah.
Well, they're all big games, these next 7 matches. You'll tell me the next one is the biggest, but it's Exeter who are in second place. So straight away, you're playing a direct rival. It's a really important match, this one, isn't it, for both teams?
Yeah, definitely. The 6 pointers now at this end of the season, and we're looking forward. We're looking forward to it, and we're feeling confident on our day that we can compete with anyone, which we've shown over the course of the season. We're looking forward to it. It'll be a tough test. They're a very good squad with a good manager, and they've shown over the last couple of years they've been in and around it and not quite got where they want to go. So I'm sure they'll be just as up for it as us, and yeah, it'll be a tough test, which hopefully it'll be even sweeter when we get the 3 points.
You mentioned they've come close a few times, like Newport have. Between you, two clubs have lost the last 5 playoff finals. So you'd be both desperate to do it this year, won't you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the sort of negative energy that I ignore. But yeah, like anyone, I think there's about 9 teams going for automatics now, and it's so tight. Obviously it'd be nice to take the sting out of it a little bit and get it done early doors, but everyone's got the same goal, and there's only a few that can go up. So we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we give ourselves the best possible chance.
And the squad's had a number of injuries over the last few weeks. You seem to have picked up little niggles along the way. Courtney Baker-Richardson's been back this week. Someone obviously you will play very closely with. How big a boost is that for you and for the team?
Yeah, massive. We've like any season, you do get injuries along the way with the schedule, and it's a good time to get the lads coming back to fitness now. It's great. As a squad, we're looking forward to having him back. It's a different dynamic to what we've had the last few weeks, and the more bodies, the better at this stage of the season. So, we can really utilise different strengths that we have and what we need on the day.
Since he's been out injured, and this might be one of those negative influences again.
I can tell it's going to be.
You've only scored 2 goals. Is that just a coincidence that it's been that sort of downturn in terms of your scoring rate has just so happened when he's been out of the team?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's we work well together and we have a good understanding. There's no doubt about that. But so do me and Streety. I think the way that the team's played as a collective this last 4 or 5 games, we've been keeping clean sheets, but in that you don't create as many chances. So it's you can't win them all. But at the end of the day, I'm happy we've been winning. That's all that matters at this stage of the season. If I can score 7 in 7, happy days. But if I score 0 in 7, happy days. As long as we get to where we want to get to.
You may well have answered this next question then. So there's no sort of concern that it's been 9 in 6 for you, which is not a bad run, but by your own high standards, that's sort of a goal drought, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm. It's turned around quite quick because no one would be talking about that if it was last season. They'd be surprised if I got 1 in 6. So I'm happy. It depends what way you want to look at it, But no, I said when I'd scored 2 or 3 goals at the start of the season, I always back my ability, and that'll never change. So when the chances do start coming again, they'll be getting tucked away. So yeah, there's no panic from me.
And one last one from me as we come into the run-in. You've got a big home game tomorrow. No doubt there'll be another big crowd. When these big games come around at Rodney Parade, from the players' point of view, what is the atmosphere like to play in that the Newport supporters can generate?
As a Newport player now, I can tell you it's unbelievable. As one of theirs, it really is that 12th man, and the best way I can describe it is it was the one fixture that I didn't fancy, because you come in here as an away player. It can be hostile at times for the away team, which it everything just goes in favour of the home team. So now I'm in the home changing room. It's lovely, and it really does mean a lot to the lads. And the staff and the support that we're going to need in these last 7 games, because they're tough, and we'll need that little extra boost at times. But I can definitely say it's hard to play against when you're in the away changing room.
Did you get any particular abuse in any game when you came here as an opposing player?
I get abuse every game I play. Yeah, it was no different in that. I get abuse everywhere I go, mate.
Great stuff, Dom. Best of luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Cheers.
Morning, Dom.
Morning, Chris. You all right?
Yeah, although I thought you're turning into David Brent there with pressure for tyres. It was. Is it a case of almost? You touched on it, embracing that sort of pressure, because this is what you all wanted to be, and they're running like this.
100%, yeah, 100%. Majority of the squad have been in positions like this before, and it's what we do. It's what we love to do. It's strange, really, because most people, wouldn't like the pressure, but I think when you succeed under pressure, that it makes it all worth it. So we're putting ourselves on the line for that, and we're hoping to get there.
And you touched upon it earlier again. It's a very different run-in for you personally this season compared to last year when you were.
Not wrong. Yeah, it's been. I've not really looked back on it and reflected on this season, because it's still not over. But on a personal note, it's been unbelievable, and I really have loved every minute of it. The highs, the lows. There's been more highs this year than lows, but you know, that you just take them in your stride, and it's it's been one that I'll never forget. And you know, it'd be that little bit sweeter if you know, we can cap it off with something special at the end of the season. So that's the main aim now.
So I seem to recall you were often sort of the travelling reserve, weren't you? Almost. I remember seeing you at Southend. I think it was you and Priestley doing the sort of drills at 2 p.m. So. Yeah.
I mean, you know, that sort of thing people don't see, but you know, for any young lads or people going through that sort of thing, you know, the work you put in when people aren't looking, and maybe you were there, Chris, but I know there weren't many others there. You know, that sort of hard work and endeavour, and then, you know, luckily people are seeing it now.
I think, well, it was Exeter. Exeter was your only goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Exeter at home header. Sorry about that. I won't tell you who it was. Exeter at home. I remember it. And the pitch wasn't quite what it is now. So you know, we're both completely different squads really now, and you know, we've got a new manager, and we're feeling refreshed and looking forward to taking the game to them.
Yeah, towering header it was as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was a target man then.
Just finally from me, how has your game changed under James, or has it changed?
I think it's, I don't know, it's a tough one. So I never really played before. But yeah, no, he just it's almost like he just trusts you, and he knows, you know, that you know the game, and you know, he wants me to express myself in the final third and get my shots off and do what he knows and I know I can do, which you know, it's music to any striker's ears hearing that. You know, giving you that freedom, and sort of along the way, just, you know, little tips and where he wants me to be, and just developing with him that way. And it's been brilliant, really, and I couldn't ask for any more.
That press, it's more you're about more than just goals as well, even though you're in a relative drought. That, for everyone, that's the case, isn't it? That sort of energy and snap is
100%. And at the end of the day, you won't play in his teams if you haven't got that. You know, he's made that very clear that you need to be putting the work in, and we're pressing, we're aggressive, we're on the front foot, we're taking the game to teams, and you know, like, well, I'll have got credit over the course of the season for tapping them in or scoring the odd goal here and there, but you know, you look at the likes of Benno, Finn, Coops, Waity now, Norms, you know, I could name the whole squad, but the way that they play, the way that they press, the way that they tackle, the way that they pass the ball, that's what makes us who we are. And you know, that's the way he plays. And you know, to play in his teams, you have to be 110% every game.
Well, good. And you did that with a shocking tackle last week as well. So
I told you, I'm not all goals.
All good. Go well tomorrow, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, Chris. Thank you, mate.